Real tech audio. All right, sorry. There you go.
All right.
No,
Hello again!
Hey!
I'm Kadave, and this is Savage Worlds Rifts, the Tomorrow Legion. To my left,
My name is Stu, and I play Lambert Delanoy. I am a Quebecois glitter boy. I'm a very friendly person. People like me. And I'm charming and also handsome. I like poutine and long walks on the beach. And
So
I'm
modest.
Yes.
In sandals and socks.
And sandals with no.
None. My name is Nick, and I'm playing Indiana Rex, who is a dog boy. And then I'm using the Mars template of Vagabond, so it's a little more difficult to describe exactly who I am and what I do. But hopefully we will find more about that as the game progresses.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kimmy. I am playing Arabella Kinsley. I am a Sabinite from Texas. And I have an amazing sword that I call Steel Magnolia. And, yeah. I'm eating biscuits with butter.
biscuits.
But it's
Bless
not-
my biscuits.
Yeah. No honey butter tonight, though.
I could wrestle you up some gravy.
Gravy? I didn't see the gravy.
No, there isn't gravy.
Oh.
Now she's heartbroken. If there was gravy,
Wasted biscuits on
Like
butter?
butter? I could have had gravy?
son of a
Because I do have my southern roots that biscuits and gravy, they do a thing. You can put eggs on it, really great. Go. Keep
Oh
going.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome
That's-
to Tomorrow Legion, our breakfast and gravy podcast.
Yes. Oh my god. A gravy podcast. I could totally run that. That could be a thing.
Welcome to this episode. We're putting gravy on cheese.
little flop of the natural order.
So, our usual chronicler is unavailable tonight. So someone else will have to recap what happened last time.
Stew.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the thing,
Ah,
so she didn't send it to me.
well
So
then it can
I
be
don't know.
collective.
It was we were
fought stuff.
We fought some stuff. There was some scary things with pipes in them. There were.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
I saw them from a distance.
When we last saw our heroes, they were in a coliseum. A giant dragon chained to the bottom. Meanwhile, our friendly dragon, Tiffany, was hiding behind the bank of lights.
Mm-hmm.
At the other end of the stadium, it was guarded by two giant undead things. Some kind of undead juicer is what they seemed
Sort of,
like
yeah.
on there. Lambert took a position far away from the Coliseum and began firing. To everyone's surprise, they did not go down immediately, but instead kept charging and charging and charging until he was forced to pull out Plan B and go mano a mano with a
Yes.
single one of the giant juicer zombies.
With it's good.
No, there's like things in it.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, no.
Oh, is it little bits of the cork? Oh, it's little bits of the. Oh.
No,
Oh,
no.
I poured too far.
Yes.
sorry.
That's okay.
You poured too greedily.
I'll just keep eating
I
this.
dug too deep.
Are you talking about sediment?
Yeah, it's a sediment.
Oh,
Sediment is good.
is it? I don't know.
It's good for you too. It's got vitamin B.
Oh, good.
Well, no, I mean, I like sediment fine. Yeah. Some winemakers filter it a lot more than others.
Oh. Cool. Good job, new
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Are you done?
No,
Oh,
I've got
I
more.
didn't think
I've
so.
got
Go,
more.
go.
Meanwhile, the second zombie juicer was engaged by Arabella, who went mano a mano with it.
More
there-
successfully than the giant gun.
Yes, more successfully than the giant gun. There was a surprise blaster bolt that came out of the darkness that no one investigated, but that did not harm the zombie juicer in any way, shape, or form. Meanwhile, Tiffany was picking off a bunch of weird little zombies that were attempting to attack the chain dragon to no effect. She was then assisted by another mysterious figure, the same mysterious figure, and figured out how to disengage the chains from the dragon, freeing it just in time for it to join the fight. As Arabella finished off her juicer zombie, burst in through the Coliseum door, only to discover a mysterious stranger in armor similar to hers,
Dun
but
dun
dark
dun. Sorry.
and nebulous rather
Yes.
than shining and pure. They engaged in banter and fighting for several rounds until the other dragon, Aberisfenor,
Yes. Wow.
reached
Wrecked
in
it.
and bit its head off. Much to Dave's consternation, as he really wanted to have it escape and the death of the
Yes.
party again later.
Because he was cool.
He was cool.
Well, we should only have been able to see him through a video screen if you
Yeah.
didn't want him dead.
You're right.
He should just cackled on the jumbotron
Right.
and then ran away.
You've fallen into my trap.
And then when there's a
No, not even that. No. You can shoot a long ways.
And we have a dragon.
right.
Well, yeah. And then she also flew out and ate the last zombie monster that Stu fought for like an hour.
Right. And
Right.
then Aberisfenor was convinced to come back to Castle Refuge on the promise that the castle would help her protect her egg for the future.
Yes.
And perhaps slay if it was whatever spell was cast was.
So, since our resident dragon is not here tonight, the idea that came into my head is that she and Aberisfenor have decided to take the egg to a nexus point to see if they can determine if there's been any problem with the taint, as it were. From whatever might have happened with that weird ritual in the
Yeah.
previous episode.
With all the blood. Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Totally
here.
fine.
So they have gone off to do that because they need to work together for that purpose. And I think Tiffany's kind of feeling like having an adult dragon around provides a parental figure again.
Might answer some of those questions that Cal.
Just did not satisfactorily answer. Yeah.
Like, everything.
Right. Like,
How does beauty work? I have no idea.
Really well. That's how it works.
Yeah.
you'll know when you need to know.
Yeah.
Don't you ask questions like that anymore.
You get boobs? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
That's just weird.
That's what Cal would say.
Well, yeah, but he would totally be like, and
No, he
that's
said,
just
of course
weird.
you do.
Yeah.
How else will you nurse your young?
I nursed you.
How do you think I? Great minds.
Oh God! I just see the picture. Like, imagine, where is he?
Over there.
That face, holding a little dragon, just come out of the thing. Like, it's okay, you'll be safe.
with a blanket.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shoulder, belching.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Burping it.
Fire.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Erica in the chat room is like, hashtag dragon boobs.
Right. See, it's not so weird with the like shape-changing abilities of a dragon, but it just gets weird on a regular because like they're not known for having a lot of distance between the ground and their forelegs anyway. So then you get the whole like that's not okay and yeah.
My nipples hurt just thinking about that.
Just drag them on the ground a while. See how that feels.
It'll be fine.
It's
They're
cool.
scaly. They're armored. That's fine.
What could have left these tracks? It's like an ATV drove between a dinosaur.
I'm dying. All right.
So, the group will start making their way back towards Castle Refuge. Well, things ended right there at the end of that combat last time. So, I shouldn't rush you into anything. You guys, yeah.
Yeah, I think I introduced myself. And
You
said
did.
that I was sent from the castle to help.
Yes, you managed to,
Yes.
when they finally noticed you.
Well, we noticed him. We just were a little
Right.
Well, no, it's just,
preoccupied.
yeah, but there was
I
like the,
didn't.
like,
Right.
well, yeah, you were far away. But like,
coming closer.
like he shot right past Tiffany, and she's
Right.
like, "Yeah, whatever, it hit the bad guy. Cool."
Yeah. That seems like enemy of my enemy is my friend
Sure,
right now.
I get that a little bit, but still not to be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, sure.
That made me laugh. But
Teenagers are very self-centered.
I'm busy slowly burning to death these little zombies. Yeah, you guys can. So the two dragons have flown off to find a nexus point
Okay.
because they need the additional magic energy to
Okay.
do whatever they're going to do. That's
To
beyond all of
initiate
your
egg
knowledge.
diagnostic.
Yeah, whatever that spell is.
I want to go down to the stadium
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of poke around a little bit and see if there's anything like clean up, sort of if there's anyone else or anything that we need to worry about.
There doesn't seem to be anybody else here. You could make the safe assumption that they probably assumed something was going to happen. Because, like, the dragon, they know, chased after people and lost them, and, like, there were heroes nearby and all of that. And they did get that fiery messenger bat, came back from their little out scouts.
Right.
So you think that they probably kind of cleaned up and
Okay.
evacuated personnel. and
Is
stuff.
this is the rest of this town occupied by like civilians?
Not a lot. There may be some people that are kind of not an organized community in any
Okay.
way. There may be some survivors that just kind of are squatting in various buildings and stuff, but you don't seem to see anything.
Okay.
Is there the remains of a city? Since this was a
Yeah,
fairly large.
it was right on the outskirts of a big city. A lot of times the actual big cities are places that people left and then have slowly been grown over and stuff.
Right.
So that's why a lot of the people live in smaller communities. It's also a lot easier to survive in a smaller community because a lot of people have to resort to agriculture again to make food and live. And in the city, that's quite difficult. So a lot of times people didn't go back except to, in the first few years to really loot the place, that kind of a thing.
Should we go to the library? The library? Maybe perhaps we should go there and see if we can get some sort of clue as to whose this was.
With the ritual? Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems fine. I don't know much about it, but we might as well take a gander.
Sure.
I absolutely love libraries. I support this plan.
You
Well, you might be a little disappointed about how this one turned out, but we'll see.
any books you want, you should probably grab them because I believe we should probably raid some of the buildings here to make sure there's nothing hidden.
Yes. It might be nice. We should probably try and take as many back as we can with us.
We have the truck.
Yes. I mean, it might be a nice addition to the castle.
Sure. You guys head over to the library. You get there, the front door is still just ajar.
The glass wall is missing.
Well, you haven't gotten to the glass wall yet.
Oh, yeah.
You walk inside. As soon as you get inside the building, everybody can make a notice check.
These
Uh-oh.
Notice.
6. That's with schmatz,
Sitting
huh?
in
Yeah, I
it?
see it.
Okay.
No, don't spill out
No.
What are you spilling?
My dice.
the guts of a unicorn.
I forgot to tie it.
Well,
I'll go with 7.
5.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any notice, so it's Dex, right? Or
No, it's D4 minus 2.
D4 minus 2.
Right.
Well, and a D6 for your wild die. Anyway, but 7 and 5 are enough. You hear shuffling noises as soon as you get into the sort of the big. You walk in, and there's sort of a big room, and there's sort of a barricade-looking thing that looks like it's been erected at one end that has been busted through, and on the other side of that, you hear shuffling noises, like walking around, feet and stuff.
Like purposeful walking around, or more
It
like.
doesn't sound like somebody's like in dress shoes walking down a marble hallway, but it,
Well, like there's a difference between someone pacing and
It's a very specific
zombies dragging their feet around.
it's a little hard to tell.
Okay.
Like it sounds like people are moving around,
I'll go.
not just footsteps, but there is like stuff. You hear a couple thumps and other noises.
And that's from another room.
It's sort of like the end of this big room beyond a wrecked barricade. When she and Tiffany came in here the first time, it was just a pile of all like the furniture and stuff. But then Tiffany busted through the middle.
I rolled a 13, just FYI.
Oh.
It's a
Oh,
little
you
late.
exploded the hell out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I was like, ah.
you totally are like, oh shit, because you remember right as you were leaving, a whole bunch of corpses around the edge of the room all woke up and came to life.
Great.
and you left.
Right.
And they didn't have anybody to eat, so they just hung out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's probably a bunch of there's probably a bunch of undead. They all came to life right as we, hightailed it out of here, and they're probably still here.
Okay.
Unless
I'll head that way.
went on vacation or something.
You get about halfway down the room, and you're pretty tall, so over the top you totally see there's a couple of zombie-looking people. You pull your sword, and like close
I'm a
combat
learner.
time.
I'm a learner.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'd say.
probably from past experience, I've fired the railgun inside structures
building.
before, and it came down around me.
Once.
And I'm like, good thing I'm alone. So
Sure, that's totally fine.
I'll walk over.
As you get down there, and there's, we'll say, 6
Okay.
zombies that are all kind of, there's, 2 of them are pushing up against the barricade, mindlessly kind of doing their thing. Another 2 are kind of pushing up against the glass wall of the not busted out panel of it. And then another 2 are just kind of wandering the room. You would probably know they don't really have any direction. Probably mainly because the guy that was in charge of them was brutally, horrifyingly destroyed.
Yeah.
So they don't have orders or anything. They're just kind of doing their thing.
Okay.
Is there anything else over there of interest?
There is this sort of magic-looking circle on the ground.
Okay.
And there is a corpse of one of the guys in black robes that's
Okay.
mashed.
I'll walk over to him and kind of flip him around and see if there's has anything on or any identifying marks.
I mean, he's clearly the same as the guy that you guys tortured for information. He's wearing the same sort of robe that the Federation of Magic guys.
Enhanced interrogation, please.
Lambert, do you have a camera or something on that thing so you
I
could?
think we have some kind of video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it take? It might be good to record this if we find some information later.
Click.
In the meantime, I'm going to take shots at the zombies to just because it's a public health
Put him
hazard.
down. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Roll a
Okay.
shooting. They're fairly mindless unless somebody gets up in their business.
That's a 4. So that's
Yeah,
good
that's a
enough
hit.
for a hit. No wild die on damage, right? Just
No,
just straight
the
damage. Okay.
You get an extra d6 if you get a raise to hit. But
So that's 12, 16, 17, 23,
keep rolling, and I'll tell you in a
24.
second.
25.
It's a lucky side of the table so far tonight.
Oh no, that's the wrong way.
Are these yours?
Yeah.
They're super cute.
Yeah, Bill got those for me. It's a Java, Tiki, and
What
what's
was
his
it?
name?
Yeah.
25.
25. That guy's totally dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So whichever one you targeted, you just blow a hole in his neck,
Okay.
and the body slumps to the ground.
Creatures like this shouldn't be allowed to roam free. They can cause problems for the rest of the countryside.
Right, absolutely. At this point, it's a mercy for them.
The dude, anything on him?
There's sort of a. It looks like sort of a like the end of a medal, like like a military award
Uh-huh.
without the ribbon, like
Okay.
just the bottom part.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It's like a fancy looking sort of stamped piece of metal that has like a moon shape on it, like a crescent moon,
I'll pluck it.
like it was in his pocket.
Okay. I'll pluck it.
But other than that, no, you don't know.
Okay.
There are some pages that were sort of spread out in front of where he was sitting,
I'll
but
gather,
they're mostly covered in his blood.
I'll gather them up anyway. Maybe there's
Okay.
some way we can.
It's certainly not legible, but maybe like somebody that sits down and does a lot of analysis on it could
Right.
maybe come up with something. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just continue taking out. You said there's 6, so as long as they're not
As long as you guys are
rushing me, then
Yeah,
we'll
you're
just
taking your
take them
time.
out.
They're literally just mindless. They're not
Okay.
doing anything. Maybe if you walked right up to one, it would try and bite you, but
Any books around?
not a lot.
Oh, really?
It looks like maybe they've been looted, or maybe people used them to start fires, or who knows?
Is this a single-story building? Single-story
No, it's kind of a multi-story. Like this big central area is sort of a atrium kind of a deal. Like it's a big open. You can see there's like an upper floor balcony sort of thing all the way around.
Oh, okay.
Upstairs.
I'm going to go someplace where everyone else isn't and climb up.
Okay, you could sort of just jump up and pull yourself
Okay, I'll do that.
up, so you can handle that. You get up to the next level. Again, the same thing. There's a few books laying around, but nothing. Not just shelves and shelves of stuff. It looks really like this place has been looted out. Pretty well.
I'll grab a few books.
Sure. We can come up with 5 random titles
Okay.
of something.
Yeah, I want to hunt for anything that's related to local history of the area, American history, blah 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 blah.
Sure. You can come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah. There's probably one of those like display table sort of a things where they have like here's the model of the building before we built this library, and then it has like the attached like history of the university and that kind of a thing. So you can totally grab that.
Okay.
Okay. Is there rivers of Central Ohio?
Not really.
That those have probably been taken.
There's not. Yeah, if they were here, maybe somebody got smart and was like, "Hey, we need to find our way around in this horrible apocalyptic world."
Yeah.
So that probably would have been taken, but the rest of the library is pretty barren.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe there's some old magazines and stuff strewn about, but nothing in great shape. And you're like, you can find like an old copy of Us Weekly with people you've never heard of.
Right. I'm gonna see if there's any like kids books or anything to take back to the, just things that would be entertaining or interesting to take back to the castle.
Yeah, you can come up with 3 random things.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So if you want to write that down in some point in the future, come up with
Okay.
what you found. That's
Okay.
cool.
Perfect.
But yeah, there you go. You managed to take out all the zombies. I'm not.
Okay.
They
Cool.
don't have to roll every time. You miss once. Like the zombie tripped over the corpse of the guy that was next to him, just as you were pulling the trigger, and you're annoyed. But they all die eventually.
So I'll go ahead and gather up as many books as I can, and we'll take them into the truck. Who knows?
Sure. You can.
I mean, if
haul them back to the
I
truck.
find like hardbound covers of Us Weekly, I'll leave those there.
No, it's nothing. Got
Although if they're
transferred
like
that.
old Life magazines,
Well, those are interesting.
yes,
Sure.
and yeah.
But
You know, a library like this probably has a music section too. If you want to upgrade the tunes.
Ah.
Oh, hey.
I will go and look and see if there is a music section.
I'm trying to think what skill would be good for.
See if there's any old podcasts like the Happy Jacks RPG podcast.
This just happens to be where the servers for archive.org are.
Yes.
The sum of all human knowledge is right here.
Oh yeah, nobody told you that Ohio University was also the last seed vault that was built. You know what? Make an investigation.
I do not have investigation. This will be exciting.
You're starting with a 5.
5.
Aha!
Four.
Explode! Oh, smack!
8.
Ew.
Half of the audience
Yeah,
just got
nice.
seasick.
Yeah, they're all barfing.
You guys should have
So is it
totally gone like,
3?
oh!
So, but the explodes, I don't subtract from the explodes. Right?
You just a grand total -2 to whatever you roll.
Okay, so that's
12.
12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So, I had 3 4s.
Nice.
You totally can come up with, let's say, 5 albums of your choosing.
Oh no.
And this is
Good news, 5 albums. Bad news, they're all Offspring.
I don't know if they did 5 albums. Maybe they
They
have.
totally did. Maybe. I have to find that out.
And 1 Lawrence Welk.
I know I have 3 of them.
So 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can decide what they are.
I shall.
Unless I come up with something awesome before you do.
That's fine.
They have 9 studio albums.
Ah,
Does that include the best ofs?
Probably.
one of them has to be Weird Al. Your choice.
Oh my gosh.
Of course.
That's true.
They released their first album in 1989.
Who?
The Offspring.
Yeah.
And it was not, but that was on vinyl and it wasn't released on CD till 1995.
Really?
That's craziness.
Why is that weird?
That is,
Oil.
Nice. Cool.
Which I'm assuming had fat on it.
Oh, all right.
I would assume.
Yeah. Come on.
interesting. Oh, I see. Because that album did terrible. Then they released Smash, which is the album that hit the
That's the
Billboard
first-
200.
yeah.
That was
That was the big
1994.
breakout.
So then they're like, hey, let's go pull
We have
out our
some-
old album and release it on the CD. That makes more
Right.
sense. Okay.
Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
See what else is in my discography. Anyway, I'm also taking.
The
I'm
inside
logging
of your glitter
the
boy,
game.
it doesn't digitize it. You literally have like a 200 CD changer, like one of those big old. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
And there's like a few fragments of CDs that actually still function.
Right.
I only have like 5 songs.
Right. Right. There's several that you had that are just all really scratched up. You still get one song off of the
Right.
album.
Live or Let Die by the Poxy Boggards.
Right. Falco's greatest hits.
Nice. Oh, so good. All right, so where you guys?
Dun, ka-dun, ka-dun, dun.
Are you going to continue to try and find the dregs of looting this library, or are you?
And when we think we have everything of value, like if we can gather all the
Or
books
use.
we can,
Yeah.
I want to raise this building
Okay, and how do you intend to do that?
with my gun.
Okay,
I'm assuming. 'Cause
that
it-
would not be difficult to
Okay.
do.
I'm gonna drive the truck away.
It's mostly like a glass and steel structure,
Okay.
so if you hit a couple of key beams,
Okay.
it would all just collapse.
I will do that. Actually, is there a bunch of flammable? Is there anything flammable inside?
Not tons.
Oh, there isn't. Okay, right.
I mean,
The chat room's requesting a
All the
list of all the
bookcases.
CDs you picked.
I'm
yeah, I
writing
mean,
them down.
but there's some
Oh,
wood
no, they've
bookcases
probably
and
been
stuff.
broken up and everything for.
Like without spending time making kindling and shit, it's
Right.
difficult to just ignite unless you have a bunch of gasoline. But I
Right.
don't think you do.
No.
So
Not that we're gonna waste it that way.
Right.
Is
And
there-
our,
is there-
and our fire-breathing dragon has
Yeah.
Has left for
left
the
the
day.
building
Is our
quite
truck
literally.
diesel or gas?
your truck is weird,
It's
weird
like that
science.
Okay,
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Sort of like a nuclear reactor, but don't think about that too much. So,
Cool. I'm driving the truck far away.
like far, far away, or like just well out of range.
Well, out of range.
Okay. Just like
Fuck that
see
guy.
you. I know what he's gonna do.
I
I'm
can-
not gonna be here.
I
I have
can
my
catch
Dr.
up.
Seuss book.
I will catch up. You cannot lose me.
He's
Well-
like fucking Jason Voorhees. You're just driving away like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And he's just like, He can sleep and just tell it to keep walking. Yeah. All right.
Look in the rear view and we just see his
Yeah.
his
You
helmet.
just see this glowing. By the way, I am greatly enjoying that video game,
What video game?
the Friday the 13th video game.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
It has no story, but it's just literally like
No story.
8 players on a server. One of them is randomly chosen to be Jason, and the other 7 are camp counselors.
Oh.
And you just try and survive the night in various ways.
And or you're trying to kill them.
Right? Yeah. One side
That's
or the other.
fun.
But it's a great pastime. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry. So you're well out of range. You can totally, without even rolling, detonate the building.
All right.
That's not difficult to do.
I've used another thing.
It will probably take a couple of shots.
I've used 2.
Sure.
I've used 13 so far.
Fair enough. And you know you can get reloads at Castle Refuge,
Oh, excellent. Okay.
because they did that once for you already.
Okay.
Those dwarven metalsmiths can make flechettes.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right. So the building collapses. It's very loud. Anybody that's nearby that didn't know something was happening from before, clearly
Knows.
they know
Right.
something now. Now, if you try and do the same thing to the stadium, that'll take a lot more time and a lot
No,
more energy. and
no,
more
that
work.
I'm not as worried about.
Okay.
Besides, it's always nice to know where a good Coliseum is,
Yeah.
just in case.
Just in case.
Next time you need Thunderdome. So, sure. You guys hitting the road? What you doing? You gonna keep scavenging the town of Columbus, Ohio?
No.
Okay. So where are you headed?
Back. Was this our mission? Well, no. Or we still have a mission to go to. This was not
Your
our
mission was to come here
Yeah,
and
and
stop this
stop-
dragon from terrorizing town.
Yeah, we did the thing.
Which is
There
did-
is totally
right.
the town back there that doesn't know you've been successful.
Oh, let's go back
right.
there. Let's go back there.
Whatever. They were
Like they saw the
They'll
dragon
figure it out when
come
the dragon
and you kind
doesn't
of
show up.
Yeah.
you kind of negotiated with the dragon and they were like, "Great. Are we going to live? What's going on?" And you're like, "We're taking care of it." And you all left.
Okay.
And you left the one guy tied up in their fountain.
right.
Well, we found out that he'd expired.
Yes. Now he has, but
Right.
there's that town.
I'm playing my new songs. Daft Punk.
Oh,
Random
Friends of
Access
Death Punk,
Memories.
Nice.
Nice.
The specials, self-titled, and then of course I already said the other three.
Cool.
Well, Daft Punk is good traveling music.
Yeah.
Sure.
When you're not in a hurry. If you're in a hurry, you need something a little faster.
Like,
I feel like Lambert is figuring out how he can make an LED display for,
Yeah.
for his visor on the Glitter Boy.
Nice.
I picked up the Daft Punk because it has the robot face, like mine.
I passed over other CDs to get that one.
I like the picture.
So you guys hit the road. It takes you a couple hours to get back to that little town because you're not flying this time, so it's not as quick. You get back to the town. This all kind of happened overnight, so it's pretty early in the morning when you get back to the town.
Okay.
Like just after sunrise. You see some of the farmers and stuff from the town there out tending livestock, etc. But most everybody seems to still be asleep,
Okay.
since this is kind of a industrial town more than agricultural. But you roll into town.
They have guards? They should have guards. Did
There's
you
a
train
couple
them?
of guys.
Okay.
But they know us. They're not gonna.
There's that.
We
have
should
that,
at least be challenged.
They have that.
I could be
like,
some other glitter boy. You
that
could be some other.
wrecked car gate that they have with the
Cyber-
wire. They open that up for you guys
Okay.
as you come in. Yeah, the chances of another glitter boy, a
Another
cyber
Cyber
knight
Knight.
They don't know him.
in a truck. They don't know him, but he's with you. So what are they going to say?
You do work on the security.
Who's your new friend?
Yeah.
Stop! When you left, there was a dragon.
When you came back, there's a dog!
Now you have a dog. We have a problem here. I need to see your papers.
Imposters! Imposters!
So you get into town. One of the guards runs ahead, and shortly thereafter, the immense dude
Right.
Jonas comes out of his house. He's got like a total Scrooge stocking cap on with a little
He's wearing a
tassel.
nightshirt with a little candle.
Yeah. He has no candle. It's early enough. The sun's up. But yeah. But he comes outside and sees you all. He's like,
The dragon should not bother you anymore, my friend.
is everybody okay?
We.
You
Everybody's
made it.
fine.
Okay. Because there was another dragon.
Yeah. Yes.
She
And I
just
don't
had
know
to take
you.
care of something.
Great.
Yeah.
The dragon turns out was being, how you say, blackmailed into
Oh.
attacking you.
They
by
had
the-
her young.
Oh.
What is the name of those people?
The Federation of
The
Magic.
Federation. Yeah, the Federation stolen her egg,
Oh.
Yeah. It was a very unfortunate situation.
using this as leverage to
That
Rather
seems
she
like
goes
something they
inside.
would do, given that they've been terrorizing the neighborhood, as it were.
But once we freed her and the young, they went off to do dragon things. I don't know, take care of the egg.
Oh.
But she's free and she will not be bothering you anymore.
Well, we can't thank you enough.
I'm going to show him the medallion I got. Have you seen anyone else with this a similar symbol to this?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Well, if you run into any more trouble, you know where to reach us at the castle.
Absolutely. Out of character question.
Yeah.
Your, like, detect magic business?
Yeah.
How does it operate exactly again?
Psychic sense. It's equivalent to the detect arcana spell.
Is it like an active thing you have to be trying, or is it...
No, it's just I automatically am sort of smelling magic, psychic, all that other stuff.
When he pulls out this medallion-looking thing and shows it to the guy, you totally get magic whiff. Not crazy strong or anything, but it's clearly
Right,
got
probably overpowered by back at the town, or the Colosseum by the dragon scent and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
there you didn't,
And all the other
and all
things
the other
going on.
magic that was flying around.
Right.
But now here, there's not really any. Like, this town's pretty far from a ley line, which is probably why they've been pretty successful in not being crushed by horrible things.
Lambert, can I see that for a moment?
Of course, yes.
So I'm going to take a closer whiff at it and try and see if I can pick up anything off it with Arcana.
Sure. Let me see how that works exactly. Powers.
You know, if I can identify, is there a spell on it? Does it just smell like the previous practitioner? Or anything else I
Absolutely.
can figure
Yeah,
out?
yeah, yeah. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure to get it right, because otherwise I have to come back and say how I fucked it up.
These Federation folk, sometimes they're very subtle. Sometimes they can leave traces behind. Might tell us something.
Well, go ahead and make the roll, and we'll see what.
How that educates us.
Yeah.
4.
Okay. It doesn't seem like offensive magic. Like, there's definitely some kind of enchantment on the little thing, but it doesn't seem like it's not going to shoot fire or anything like that. It's very.
Okay.
It's either concealment kind of magic or some kind of. Yeah, not a combat oriented sort of
Got it.
enchantment on there.
I can't sense anything dangerous about it, but there is definitely an enchantment. We might want to take it back to the castle and see if someone else can take a crack at it, or if it's some sort of tracking thing, we might just want to ditch it
That is what I am wondering. I think.
or
I wonder.
destroy it.
I do not think we should leave it here. Perhaps somewhere along the road in the abandoned area we can attempt to destroy it, and if not, just leave it.
I mean,
We know what it looks like. I wanted to
Yeah.
know the symbol to see if.
would they have left a tracking device on a dead guy?
No, but if it was some sort of way for the high command of the Federation of Magic to keep in touch with their operatives out in the field,
It's
they
possible.
don't use radio. They don't use walkie-talkies.
It's true.
It's entirely possible they've got some sort of communication on here.
It's true.
Find my minions.
Right, exactly.
But sure. The Jonas guy, he offers to make breakfast. You know, have something cooked up for everybody, and you're all,
Do
of
you
course.
have biscuits? I love biscuits.
They will make biscuits for
With
sure.
gravy
What's this town's
and
name
honey
again?
butter.
I don't know if I gave it a name.
All right.
I called it the city where they make wire.
Yes.
Wiretown.
Wireville. Yeah.
Spoolville. Spooltopia?
Oh, how nice. Sounds very good.
Makes it sound so much nicer than it really is.
Well, if you're a spool.
Yeah. Oh.
Aim high.
The town is actually called Dial.
No. Like dial up wire. No, I'm just gonna just tie you back into the
Aren't you
wireless.
glad you live in Dial? Don't you wish everybody did? And since they smell real good from the soap, you actually planned this, didn't you?
I did.
Take credit.
I have notes, I
Oh
swear.
God! What do they make the soap from?
You know what soap's made from.
Nobody investigated that. I laid out
Don't
some
look too
clues
hard.
about everybody in this town smelled nice.
Yeah.
He did that.
Is there a
That's actually
liposuction factory around here somewhere?
I don't know. Did you take a full tour?
No, I
you
did not,
go
no.
wandering around and check every building?
No, I don't want to look for one either.
But they'll make you biscuits and gravy.
with butter.
You have butter on your biscuits. And
Dial's
gravy.
famous red-eye gravy.
I know, but now I'm afraid of what it comes from.
Human churn.
It's alright, it's fine. If I don't know, it'll taste great. I'll think it's chicken.
We're more like pork.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Human tastes like pork.
Long pig.
Yes.
Long pig, yeah.
Or so the reports say.
Yes. The first rule about Dial is you don't talk about Dial. But well done. Okay.
The town's named after a factory on the outskirts of town.
That made soap?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
All right.
One of the last remaining signs on a building. So that's what they named the town.
Excellent.
As many apocalypse-based places are.
Right.
Like, oh, look, there's a worn-out sign with a couple of the letters fell off, so now the town name is this.
Right.
That kind of a thing.
Welcome to the town of Walma.
Yeah, yeah.
Or no left turn.
No left to.
Right.
Yeah.
No stopping any tea.
So they lay out a breakfast feast. Everybody's happy. You guys are welcome to stay as long as you like. You know, the town, they're happy to send a representative back to the castle eventually. And they'll send word along for you that you've succeeded in your mission out here and all that.
I'm going to take special care to, like, it's sort of a town feast, so everyone's sort of coming around.
Sure, yeah, I mean, there's people that are obviously working at their jobs. It's not
Right.
like a big celebration day or something, but it's sort of rapidly thrown together.
I want to unobtrusively see if I can smell magic or psychic ability on other people in the town. If there's anyone else who might be hiding those abilities.
You get some minor hits of stuff, but you kind of get that everywhere.
Sure.
Like any concentration of people anymore, there's going to be somebody that's figured out a couple of little spells, or somebody that may be a borderline psychic, that kind of thing. But nobody that
Nothing that says dedicated practitioner to me.
no,
Okay.
Okay.
and nobody that's giving you the idea that they're a shape change spy or something crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
That's nifty.
It does smell nice though. Everybody in town, fairly well cleaned.
I have to say, I've traveled around a lot, and this is just about the nicest smelling place that I've been in a long, long time.
Well, thank you. We try. We make use of the factories that were here near town, and that's why we make a lot of money on our steel cable, and then we keep the old soap factory in operation.
Hey, if you're interested, I think that you could probably have a real thriving trade with that soap, at least for the castle.
Of course, yeah. We'll send some samples along. A guy with a little basket of scents, like a gift bag.
That he no one ever goes near.
But yeah, they'll happily do that, along with some wire and stuff, because their steel cable stuff can be, easily modified into power lines or telegraph cable or, anything like that. They can sort of produce here, especially if they get access to other other types of metal that they don't necessarily have nearby.
I'm sure the engineers back at the castle will be very interested in this as well.
That's a very good idea.
Oh, I was like, what the hell is that?
It's a box of wine.
That's cool.
Excellent.
No sediment.
Excellent.
Where did you know that?
Put your wine
No
in a
see.
box.
Well, it's got to be super high quality wine.
Well, of
know
course
what
it is.
you
I
need
bought
to
it at
get?
Target.
You need to get that wine purse.
Yes, I totally do.
not expensive.
No. It hides. It's like got like.
It'll
hidden-
hold like a liter and a half of wine in
Yeah.
the bottom, and it has like a hidden spigot under a
Yeah.
little decorative doodad. And I'm like, that's perfect.
That's exactly what we need. Look at that. It's not good.
It's just wine
Go-
sediment.
You can rinse it out if you want. You pour it into my cup.
That's what she tried to do originally, and it left little leavings. Anyway, so you've been given your biscuits. Breakfast
Yay,
was great.
biscuits!
You're all the heroes of the town. Everybody's happy with you.
Yay, heroes!
They will happily resupply you with food and snacks. Yeah, that looks like
God.
vampire right there. Why would you put it in a clear bag?
Because it's in a box. It protects
Target.
it from the
You need to
sun.
get an
You
IV
have to hold it up
stand.
so people can see it.
It's a bag of wine in a box.
Yeah, I'm going to post a picture on Instagram for those of you who are listening to the podcast.
Oh, here.
Seriously, we'll just get an IV
Okay.
stand and put it over here. And you can just.
I can't get the thing through the thing. I'm trying.
You need
Yep.
help.
I'll just go ahead.
Handle
I'll-
your business.
I'll try to. I'll get
Well,
to it.
I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me what's up. So, I've
we're
fairly
done-
well
when-
described a festival of breakfast.
When we're done eating, I think we should probably.
Yeah, we'll head back to the
hit
castle.
the road.
Sure.
Because we are at Target as well.
Yeah,
It is a pretty big journey.
And report back on the success.
yeah.
Did they want to send a trade representative with us? Since we're heading in that direction anyway?
They'll not send somebody with you. You guys are probably going to travel more quickly than somebody. They figure they can send out a party of their own and slowly make their way, because it's a pretty distant journey. Like, and you guys, Jesus, comes out of there like Stork.
This box is not as big as Stork's bladder.
Oh. I don't want any more. Change my mind.
I'll pour it for you.
No,
It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
For a box of wine I got at Target, yeah.
What the hell? But you guys pack up. You load up some soap and some more biscuits for the road. Get onto your truck. You've got a lot more space than normal because there's not. I still haven't finished my last. I'm just pacing myself so I don't get toasted and have the adventure go off the rails. As I've done bore. Not necessarily on the stream though. I've been pretty good at it. But yeah. Con games. Watch out.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in the 9 a.m. slot, you're going to have a fun time. But you guys hit the road. The town provides you a couple of boxes and stuff for like the books and things that you found that you want to take back with you. There's totally room in the cab for the two of you to ride, and then you can assume your usual rope bar perch on the back. Let's see. Then I think what we'll need to do.
Is there a power jack on the truck that I can use to recharge my exo armor? Because it only
Yeah.
has a limited number of hours it can run.
You totally can.
Okay.
There's the
Driving the truck.
generator of the truck is significant enough that it can recharge everything. And
So tell us, how did you come to Castle?
Refuge?
Castle
Refuge.
Refuge.
wait,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, all right,
thank you for making conversation, but I was about to do that.
all right.
Interlude.
Make the shuffle.
Me?
Well,
Like,
okay.
really shuffle or cut it?
Really shuffle.
I'll shuffle if you want. I don't mind
I
shuffling.
handed him to you because he had Trisket.
All right, you guys are not allowed to laugh at me. No, it's good. You're already laughing. I haven't even started and you're
It's
laughing
only
at me.
because you said that. That makes me laugh.
Shuffle like my daughter.
Shut up. All right, there, I did it.
That's fine.
Now I got it.
Fair.
Okay. There you go. Ta-da!
Wait,
I
let me
don't
get it
play
right.
card games. They don't play card games.
A tale of your past about desire.
Ooh.
Using the interlude mechanic, he drew a diamond.
Okay. Now, it can be... Does it have to be for goods? Can it be for something more intangible? Just as long as it's desire.
Some
is
desire of yours,
thing.
yeah. Although, like, hearts is specifically love.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily include, like, you know, the one that got away kind of a story,
Sure.
but more...
Okay. Well, as you can tell, I was born in the Coalition. Not a great place, by the way. I wouldn't recommend it. I used to run with one of their packs. I was left for dead, but dragged myself into some ruins, holed up in a library. That's one of the reasons I like to check. And while my body healed, the remnants of what I could find about the old world healed my mind as well. Helped me realize that the Coalition's way of doing things wasn't necessarily best for everyone. And from then on, I wanted to try and find a place because the Coalition wasn't going to have me back. I did try, but as soon as you show up and they've listed you as dead, you're kill on sight. So, absolutely, my place wasn't there. So I've traveled all around the country just looking for something, just trying to find that place where I fit in, where I can help out, where I can educate and show people ideas and things that had happened from the past and other ways in which people can live all together. And eventually I started hearing some tales about the Castle Refuge and the work that they were doing, and it sounded like someplace I wanted to investigate. And my travels brought me kind of all the way down to the castle, and finally felt like there was something that I could actually live for, something that I'd actually been looking for. That helped me get everything in my life together and go out and help other people.
Well, that's
So,
wonderful.
Was this your first mission with them? Or you been
No,
there
no,
for a while?
I don't spend a lot of time at the castle. It's nice to have a home, but I don't have to be there all the time. Because of my experience traveling around, they often use me to go ahead and scout areas. When I am in Coalition territory, I do know some tricks to kind of blend in and make myself look like a dog boy, which can help me, pass unnoticed and unquestioned through territory, as long as I keep moving fast. And when I'm in the Federation territory, my senses, I'm very good at being able to spot magical information, and also just they're often willing to extend hospitality to people who they think might be coming from the Coalition, since they're at odds. So between those two things, I've been able to find my way around pretty well. But I do a lot of scouting and reporting back. The whole east is kind of an open area that the castle doesn't have a lot of information about. So usually I go out for a month or two and come on back.
Well, that is just fascinating. Well done getting by in this world.
Well, I find that a smile and a las gun will get you farther than just a smile.
That's true, yes.
But, here and there you pick up a whole bunch of things. Probably know someone in every town in the 700 mile radius just getting around. But you'd be surprised how happy people are to talk and lend your hand if you look willing and friendly and are able to just help everyone understand exactly where we are and what's going on.
Absolutely. Now, does the Coalition have a price on your head? Do they know you're working against them at all?
Not specifically. They just sort of have a policy in general of any dog boy who's not in one of their packs
Right.
is a feral, even if they're freeborn. And the general policy is kill on sight, or sometimes they'll take a bounty and see if it can be rehabilitated, especially if it's a wild or a feral. They might use it for some of the breeding or euthanagenetics programs, and
Yeah, that's...
so I try and keep away from there. I keep all my old gear just in case I need to pass.
Right.
But I much prefer the protection afforded by this and clanks on the heavier armor that I found in a ruin and tinkered with until I got it running. But that's probably a story for another day.
Well done.
Awesome. So now, your journey begins.
Bum, bum, bum.
Day 1.
Oh, is there a journey mechanic?
Yeah, we did it on the way out here. Remember?
Yeah.
It was
don't.
flip cards, and if a face card comes up, you encounter problems.
Yeah, we drew
Okay.
really good cards, so we didn't have any problems.
That's a Rifts mechanic, I
That
assume?
is in the Rift.
That's not from the regular...
No,
Seven
it's
Dwarf, okay.
it's part of the like going on a journey based on distance.
Okay.
So day 1, nothing big. Day 2, an ace.
Oh no.
Let me consult.
I do believe an ace is not considered a face card.
It's Jack or higher is what it actually says.
Then
All right.
we will count this ace as a 1.
Who's the first person that can get to a D20?
I have several.
All right, roll 1.
I lied.
7.
7. So, this is a good one.
Oh no.
You guys are driving along, and just this, like, it's kind of forested, you know, as you're passing down into, like, the Tennessee Valley, you know, you get, it's, you know, the forest has grown up pretty dense around the highway, but you get this just terrible whiff. Just super, like, kind of like the whole rotting meat zombie smell that you got before, but just bad.
If you think it's bad for you.
And then, yeah, you probably don't even notice, but you two do in the front. Now I just need to see how it works.
Oh, God, do you smell that?
Lambert, what did I tell you about that?
I'm
was it.
sealed in. I enjoy it myself. I did not share unless people ask.
I think you turned on the ventilation system. Exhaust ports whiffs it out at us.
I have little bits of foil tied to the exhaust port so you can tell.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, here it comes.
Oh God, the farting cyborg.
Oh, wait.
Hey,
Do you smell something?
I don't want to be greedy, but do I get a penny for the interlude?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
you totally should. Thank you.
Well done. Yay!
I just have to figure out
Building
where
my
this
wall.
is in the book.
The chat room's like, is it all the cheese? Yes.
Yes, it is. And the complex carbohydrates you put the cheese on top of. This wine is not bad.
I don't know who wrote the article, so it could be the boxed wine people, but I've heard that it's actually a really good way to store
I'm
store
sure it
drinking
is.
wine.
Oh yeah, you don't have to worry about corks going dry and yeah.
Sunlight or anything.
Exactly.
Because I had that one bottle over there that got kind of ganky, and it only sat there for 3 months,
Yeah.
and it was sitting. The cork was soaking.
It's also the temperature variance.
Yeah, this room gets into the 80s during the day when it's hot.
I think you should take those to fair and just wrap them like they're gifts. Well, yeah, because then they're not going to rip
It's a
apart your
box.
gift to search it.
I don't take alcohol to fair. We're not
Right.
allowed to drink.
No.
when
Oh,
we're-
that's
when
right.
fair's
I'm
up.
sorry. You know, if that was a problem that you were ever facing, that would be an idea.
Oh, you meant the boxes. I thought you meant the Genki one.
Oh, no.
Look what I brought you a present.
Just leave it out for people. Like, oh, it's a gift.
Yeah, it's like the
Thank you
beer.
for
Here's someone I don't like very much.
Thank you for inviting us into your household.
Well, there's beers that sometimes get left out from parties and stuff, and then it's
I
like
save those for
yeah,
store.
Oh, yeah.
it's like beer roulette. You're like, which one do you think is stinky? This one.
I will take Heineken's and Coronas because the green bottles and the white, the clear bottles.
Mm-hmm.
The skunkiness is caused by sunlight.
Right.
There we go.
I will leave them outside in the sunlight, and then I will mix them in with other ones that have been properly stored in the refrigerator.
So someone will go, oh man, I think these are all skunky, and someone else goes, no, they're fine to me.
Right. And you can smell it across the table. It's fantastic.
Especially a Heineken. Nothing smells like a skunky Heineken.
Wish it would just change. All I have to do is change the color of the bottle, and it would cut it down by a lot.
But it's their look, man.
It's one of the problems I have with Newcastle. I love Newcastle, but you're always playing
Clear
roulette
bottles,
with the
right?
clear bottles.
You know what? Do they still
Only by
make
the 12 packs.
Yeah, the little keg.
Yeah,
The
it's fantastic out of those. And so actually, Heineken is really good out of those too. And I'm not really a fan of those really dry lagers, but it's a
Yeah.
good one.
Uh-huh. So, the two of you need to make a vigor roll.
I do not, because I'm very vigorous as it is.
I'm gonna spend that.
Interlude Benny.
Spend my interlude Betty.
They get a 5.
Oh, is that like a dry
Fine.
erase thing on the top of that box?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a little
it's
piece,
of copper?
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
yeah. I really like this project and this.
The Kickstarter?
Yeah.
All right.
5.
Okay. So you both made it. It like the smell is just bad enough that it really makes you queasy, like car sick feeling for a little while until you kind of get through it, and then the fresh air starts coming back in, and you're feeling better and you're okay.
Okay.
But you've managed to avoid a disease,
Oh, good. Driving still.
which could have been fun. You didn't have to make a roll because you're in a suit. So that was day 3, right? Mm-hmm. Day 4.
By the way, every day as we travel,
no.
I'm gonna get the keep checking the dosimeter. I have a dosimeter
Sure.
to see if we're entering into any rad zones.
You haven't
Okay.
encountered any problems yet.
Just giving you a heads up.
Yet.
Sure.
You never know.
You
Because
got-
you found trouble again
Right.
with a
Queen
queen.
of clubs.
At the very
So
least,
another
that might
D20,
put my chin and
please.
say, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's what
radiation.
it
Still
is.
radiation around here."
What I roll?
13.
I bet you that's a lucky one. Nailed.
What's like the best thing you can roll?
Another D20.
Well, he would 7 and 13. You got the lucky number so far.
16.
16?
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh no. That's a great reaction.
No, it's just, it's more complicated than I was expecting one
Oh.
of these things to be.
Oh, okay.
Now a D6, someone.
3.
Nah.
You all die.
No, you come over a rise, and down in the bottom of this valley, you see...
You contract the piles.
Red River Valley.
No one mentioned that they've eaten any citrus lately, so you have scurvy. But you only noticed at the top of a hill.
Dick move.
We didn't have eggs Benedict at the city? There's lemon juice.
No. It was biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, biscuits and gravy.
Nobody asked for it. Okay,
They would screw up the hollandaise.
so there's... Yeah, they would. That's my pet peeve.
Nothing like a hollandaise that turns on you. A real eggs Benedict Arnold.
You see a collection of horrifying looking shit at the bottom of this hill. Like, just a terrible group
horrifying shit?
Of
Like actual
shit
pile of
demon.
poo?
Oh.
No, it is
A bull
clearly
Gotham?
it is like unto that. Let me show you some pictures, and you can have a better idea.
The chat room's making sad trombone sounds at us.
Wah, wah, wah. So, at the end of the war with Tolkien, that led to a lot of the refugees that ended up at Castle Refuge, the mages of Tolkien essentially summoned up horrifying fucking demons as a last-ditch effort to try and save the city, and made a deal with them. But a lot of them, when the city fell, they're like, oh well, they lost anyway, now we're free! So they roamed the countryside, causing all kinds of problems. So, there is kind of a bigger guy that has several sets of arms, and it doesn't look like he really has a head. It's sort of just like eyes incorporated into a chest, and he's lumbering along over the top of a group of others.
Eyes without a face. He ain't no human race. Just eyes without a face.
But he is. He's kind of
That's
like.
so apropos.
the
I know
one-
it comes every time it's on one of your CDs.
It's sort of like he looks sort of like Jabba the Hutt. This is what I'm talking about. Like he's
we have
big.
the mini. We have the
Yeah,
mini.
he's just this big,
Or
ugly,
Maxie, as the case may
slithering beast. But all of these things are very large. None of them are small, tiny little like imps or anything. No, they're big. The next one, he's probably 15 feet tall. And I'll describe exactly what this says. The basic form is a nightmarish cross of crab, dolphin, and crayfish
Whoa!
with sickly white skin. Like, it's just like somebody
Off
put
with
a
that.
bunch of animals in a blender and out came this weird-ass looking thing.
Crayfish, crayfish, did you hear the grunt? Come and see the crayfish that
Um,
bit your mother's nose.
Then there's a group of 4.
Damn it, this can be in my head for days now. It's all your fault.
Crayfish has the highest processing power of all the fish.
There's a group of 4 big-ass, sort of rhinoceros-looking motherfuckers
Wow.
without the
Without the
papal
gondola?
cab on top.
Yeah.
That kind of a deal. And then this sort of thing that looks like a 20-foot tall bodybuilder, like super ripped, muscular body, but with like the head of a whale on top. Like you think of like a
What's the Pokemon that's like that? The super ripped fighty Pokemon, Machop.
Machop?
Machop. Yeah.
Machop, Machamp.
yeah, but he doesn't have like a whale's
Machoke.
face. But yeah, this is like a whale, but instead of baleen, it has horrifying fangs. Yeah. And then, God, there's so much.
A lot of them. Wow.
Yeah, this is
She
just
only
whole
rolled a
bunch of-
3.
I know, but I rolled like the maximum number of these bad guys to appear.
Hey, no meta. We don't know they're bad guys.
You know, just looking at him, you're like, not okay. No. There's this big thing that it's sort of amphibian looking, like big, giant, bulgy eyes, and lots of like spiky tendrils, sort of hair, kind of a deal. Do you specifically have like demon knowledge?
Probably. It seems like a thing I'd have. I know you have like plus against. I have knowledge. Just general knowledge. I know all the things.
I would. Can I make an Arcana check
Yeah.
to know about what this thing is, or have an idea of what they are? Oh, ooh, those both exploded. That's a 6 and a 4. That's 12.
Oh, probably. It could be a raccoon. I've got raccoons in this tree now.
13.
13. You can tell that just about everything down there has a strong magical connection.
Okay.
Like, they all are pretty powerful. Some of them are more spellcastery, and others are just magical in nature. But you know that some of them have access to some pretty heavy-duty magic. And they all have... Some of them even have some psychic power as well. So, like, it's just a bad news situation down there.
Have they noticed us?
That was my next question.
I'm about to find out. Now that
no.
I've described all of that.
Fellas, perhaps we should find another way through here.
Apparently not.
Quickly.
You sure? I think we can take them.
I've heard of creatures like this in my travels. I'm not sure. I'm getting emanations of magic and psychic from just about all of them.
Yeah, I fought some things like this in my time, but even with Tiffany here, I'd be hesitant to take this many of these demons on all at the same time.
It is a bunch. Like, there is quite a herd of them. And it seems like that first one that I described, the Jabba the Hutt looking dude, he's like pushing them along like they're heading somewhere. But they don't.
Are they
seem
headed
to-
down the road?
No, they're kind of crossing across your path.
Let's wait.
Demon crossing.
Let's wait until they're
We'll
out of
post a
sight, and then
sign.
we will they go.
I do think that we should make note of this location, though. Because if we start getting reports of things happening that direction, then it's perhaps something we should look into when we have full manpower.
Well, if we are going to have to fight them eventually, they are clumped up now.
You know, Lambert, I do not know how
You do
you're...
remember that the last big demon you fought was kind of resistant to
Yeah.
the boom.
Oh, never mind them.
Yeah,
Iron Chode, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot Iron Shot a lot.
yeah. They
It
tend
didn't
to
do
lack
much.
fire things. So I don't think... Even with Tiffany here, I'd be hesitant to take on this many at the same time.
I would definitely caution against doing anything without an organized plan to take these guys down.
No.
So we wait.
So, you can all decide amongst yourselves who has a better stealth check.
Not me.
I have a D6.
Is that the skill?
Yes.
No.
You don't have it.
So it's you.
All
You
right.
can make a stealth check, and we'll see if I need to make another notice roll. Seems like I
That would
won't.
be 8.
Yeah, that's totally fine. With a raise. You're like, ah! You just... She pulls up and slows down, and then you just reach over and put it in reverse.
Yeah.
And you back down the hill the other side.
Nice.
But yeah, they. So, just I'm going to take a second to describe exactly kind of the process that happened.
Okay.
So, there's the trouble table. That's the first thing we rolled on, and you got encounter. So then there's the encounter table that led us to these horrible demons.
Nice.
Then the last roll that you did, that D6, that tells me the sort of the disposition of their leader.
Okay.
And it ranges from like war weary, like they don't want to fight, they just don't want to, they want to be left alone, but they'll fight you if they have to aggressive, and they're out looking for a fight. And these guys, you rolled down at the lower end of that spectrum. So they weren't looking for a fight, but maybe if you looked like a juicy target, they would have come after you, kind of a
Okay.
thing. So in this case, they weren't really looking for a fight, so you managed to make it through. Then, the next day,
Joker!
Joker! Joker! Joker!
Damn it.
And a triple.
Love that Joker.
let me see.
This is what we get for last time getting nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's
Yeah.
a sunny day.
You
And
made
nothing
like
that's
happens.
10.
twice I have now been robbed my Joker during combat.
Yeah.
where I get to roll 8 d12 damage rather than simply 4.
Okay. So let's do that d20 again and see what happens.
10.
Another d20.
Oh no.
7.
Once you get on the table, I just assume everything's bad. I'm
They're
sure-
not.
They're not? Oh.
No, it's not always bad.
Some people show up and give you free biscuits. Yeah!
You find the
biscuits and
last
gravy stand.
McDonald's that's open 24 hours.
Yeah. We're a group of wandering brewers, and we have a whole new batch we'd like you to taste.
Oh, we have all this extra spear, and we don't know what to do with it.
We found this giant mech, and the heat that the nuclear engine provides is just the perfect temperature to brew beer. So we follow it around and brew all the time. No, but in this case, that is
Beerbot
not the case.
10,000 online.
Let's see. I get to do more rolling. Okay. D6, please.
3 again.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. I should stop rolling. Somebody else roll next time.
Uh-oh.
It's all your fault.
It is.
And then one more D6, someone.
Not me.
1.
Okay.
Either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Kind of nothing, either one. You guys, you get to a point where you're going to stop for the night, pull off to the side of the road. And just as you kind of shut down the truck and park and you guys are getting settled in for the night, if you've seen the original Dawn of the Dead with the shopping mall,
Yeah.
at one point there's like these bikers that come busting in the shopping mall and they're like whooping and hollering and waving chains and just smashing zombies and shit. Just this big bunch of bikers come down the road like full speed, and they turn the corner and your truck is right there in the headlights. And you hear some guy goes, I didn't expect to find anybody out here, but we're gonna have some fun now. And they come charging towards the truck.
Oh, excellent. I enjoy a party. I will jump off of the truck.
I assume you're off already.
Okay.
Because you guys stopped already.
Oh, okay.
You've been stopped for a little bit.
Flips his offspring music to outside speakers. Yeah.
So are they, when you say, hey, we're going to have some good times, or they're coming down, they're waving weapons like you were talking
Yeah,
about?
they're like,
from
a
the
couple of
things
guys
and
have
everything?
chains and stuff. They're
All right.
clearly not friendly.
I knew it.
So I don't know how much narrative control I can wrest out of this situation, but I'd like to use one of my edges.
Okay.
Uh,
Give me what it is. And
I have an
I'll let
edge
you know.
of I know a guy.
All right.
And the way that works is it works like the connections edge in the main book, page 44, but I can use once per session.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to see is if my buddy Crankcase, who's a biker that I ran with for a little while I was
Nice.
touring the country,
Absolutely.
is in this gang.
Absolutely, you can. That's awesome.
That is so cool.
You gotta keep them separate.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Stop! Stop!
We're gonna get an NDA, stop! Oh, I'm sorry,
Twitch will just mute the
See ya.
stream.
she's on desist.
Mute it! Mute it!
Oh my god!
All right, so it says here the way this works is first, to use a character's connections, you need to first get in touch with the contact, which is a streetwise roll. Failure means the particular contact wasn't available, or their cell phone wasn't on, or they're otherwise tied up. So,
In this case, the contact has been made with a group that you're basically trying to see if the guy's there.
okay,
So pretend like you've made some kind of contact.
okay.
And
This looks like his gang. I think he might be here.
yeah, I mean, bikers are bikers, so
Okay.
it's kind of hard to guess. But you're not
Yeah.
in the wrong territory.
All right. Once in contact, the hero must make a persuasion roll. The GM should feel free to modify both the persuasion roll and any results based on the circumstances.
All right.
A failure indicates the heroine's contacts just couldn't come through this time, or perhaps weren't persuaded that their help was really necessary.
So we'll use the persuade roll,
Okay.
and that'll determine whether the guy's here or not.
Great. And then it says, on a success, the contact might share information, but won't do anything too risky to help. On a raise, the contact is willing to leak sensitive information, but stops short of outright betrayal. 2 or more raises, blah, 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 blah.
That
Gets
totally
better.
works.
All right. Good thing you got a lot of bennies. All right. Not that I don't have total faith in your rolling.
That is an ace.
Oh.
10.
That's success with a raise.
Yep.
So, yeah, Crankcase, the biker, is here. You spot him. Like, as soon as the bikes come over the hill, you're like, sounds like Crankcase's bike.
Crazy screw.
Yeah.
I keep telling
that
him that he
weird
should have
cylinder.
replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that one.
He's got that one bad muffler.
Yeah. It's a very specific whine. But yeah, he is out there.
All right, so
And with a raise that was like, he's somewhat favorable.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, exactly.
So, sure.
Specifically, on raise, it says on raise the contact is willing to leak sensitive information, but stops short of outright betrayal. So he's
Okay.
not.
He's not going to start killing the guys around him, but he will totally be willing to hear you out.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can grab his attention. Hey, Crankcase, hey. So as they're bearing down on us, have him
Like
pull
the
out.
first couple of guys that they come down and like a couple of them hit the side of the truck with their chains, but you kind of stand up and you're like, hey, and
take the helmet off so he can see who it is, because there's
Sure,
probably
sure.
aren't a lot of dog boys walking around in heavy armor.
and like then you hear Crankcase's voice like, what the hell are you doing here?
Hey, you son of a bitch! How are you doing?
We find one fucking truck in the wilderness for us to vandalize, and no, you gotta go and ruin it.
I told you, you have to hit closer to the cities. There's a lot more people living around them cities.
We're out for a ride. It's the weekend.
Well, then come on down and have a party with us. We got these kicking biscuits and gravy. You got to try some.
They're very good biscuits. They really are.
All the bikers are like, hell yes, biscuits and fucking gravy. You see a couple of guys like pulling out booze, like out of their saddlebags.
Come on over. We'll set up a party right here off the
yeah.
flatbed.
They are totally in.
Excellent.
So now you have like 15 bikers that are all standing around,
Getting drunk and eating our
getting
food.
drunk and eating your food. But none of them are fucking up your shit.
Right.
And the couple of guys that did hit the truck, they're like, yeah, sorry.
No, I understand. You're out in the wilderness. Hey, we're all looking for a good time. I gotcha.
The
And as you
dance-
kind of come around the truck, they're all like, holy shit! Like, we didn't mean anything, I swear. We're just friendly.
Yeah.
Just, here, you want some booze?
Oh, certainly.
And they totally, like, pass over a couple of mason jars of moonshine.
Excellent.
But yeah, like, they were thinking it was just a truck and some civilians.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple, even like well-armored people, they're not like, oh, yeah, and it's not like your sword's on fire, so they don't know that anything weird is there.
Right.
But then, yeah, they're totally like,
They're
what
like,
the
son
fuck?
of a bitch.
But yeah, they will happily spend the evening drinking and eating biscuits.
Right,
Nice.
having a big party rather
Nice.
than,
Nice.
There, I remembered, all on my own.
Good job.
That was a good use of a.
That was
of
great.
an edge.
Yeah. That was awesome.
All right,
Somehow we transformed an attacking mob into a truck, a
Right.
tailgate party.
drinking biscuit party.
Yeah.
And we're a little tired the next day.
Yeah.
I'm driving very carefully.
Okay. Oh, I didn't have anything to drink.
I had biscuits. I
had lots of biscuits and gravy, but I did not imbibe.
All right.
I'll just, if we can just ease off the potholes, that'd be great.
I will do my best. Go and rest your head, sugar.
I absolutely. I mean, I have
And
had
the
to prove
final
that
day
I haven't
travel.
lost any.
8.
Lost
You're
a step
okay.
or anything.
Yay, nothing.
So-
Right.
So you guys managed to get back. You're well within sort of the sphere of influence of the castle at this point. This is the spot where you guys had that one encounter with the trucks that blew up.
Got it.
Like, you can still see the remnants of the trucks around, and that, but you're well within the closer range. If you wanted to try and radio in, you could probably get a contact by now.
Okay.
But
This is the booby trap trucks.
yeah, this is the location of that. That was sort of right when they started their journey
Right.
out.
I know about it. Indiana doesn't know about
Right.
it.
But he sees some burnt out trucks and stuff that are
Right.
pushed to the side of the road. But yeah, you guys are getting close back to the castle.
All right. I'll go ahead and radio in. Castle Refuge. This is, do we have a call sign?
819er.
19er. This
I don't
is
know.
Castle Refuge. This is Biscuits and Gravy. We have entered.
It would have been poutine.
Oh yeah.
It's my truck. I'm driving the truck.
You have your own radio. You could radio in. So she's like, "This is Biscuits Gravy. Come on back." And you're
I'll
like,
jammer signal.
I'm like, "No, he's really poutine." Oh.
And they'll turn it on. I'm probably still drunk because I figure I stayed up
Probably.
and we sang Quebecois
Well, if you drank
songs.
2 mason jars full of moonshine,
sure.
you're pretty good. Yeah.
He started having them just try to whack on the
Right.
glitter board with their chains, like, it's a good time, clang.
I was probably out there with him. We're all trying to see if we can put a dent.
Yeah.
And probably at some point, you guys had already gone to sleep, but then like he was drunk and showed like
We were
took them
singing
off.
songs of my people.
Yeah, but
Right.
you like walked off a ways and then showed him the gun firing a couple of times.
Yes.
2 more shots.
Yeah, because they're like, we gotta see it. Let's see it. A couple of them are like,
You see that the rock? I hit that the rock.
Oh man. Is it really jammed?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, he just
After
came
I
out.
made the correction, I
Alright.
jammed.
just for a second.
All right,
You didn't
wait.
even notice.
Yeah, we are. We've entered castle territory, and we are heading back. We should be there post haste.
Tell him you've let him know that you've hooked up with Lost Dog as well.
Oh, and we have met up with Lost Dog. Thank you so much for sending him. He was a big help. Oh, and we are short one Angst Dragon. So she should be meeting up with us very soon.
Glad to hear you guys are all right. Hope you didn't have too much trouble. At least everybody seems alive this time, so congratulations.
Yes,
Uh,
this time.
That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that.
You
The
probably-
maniac jumped in front of the bullet. It was not my fault. I will not say it in front of the red one because she is very sensitive and young. But you, I will not take this. He was a maniac. He thought he was a mother dragon. Don't you realize this?
No, I know. He was a special soul. Bless his heart. Like he was one of them.
Can we have that conversation a little quieter?
The angry hangover and the pain hangover.
I'm still drunk, probably. I'm not hungover. That's tomorrow, and that's
Yeah.
going to be awful.
Cast Refuge, how is our stock on coffee coming?
Hey, I do have to say, all the greasy breakfast is probably
Probably
really helped.
Yeah. All that gravy. It just
All
made
the
it okay.
gravy.
That should be our call sign, Gravy Train. Works for the biscuits,
Oh,
works
there
for the
you go.
poutine.
There we go, gravy train. All right. This is our name.
All right. I'm going to write it down.
Okay.
I'll cut back in and let Matilda know I am coming. I would love to have poutine for lunch.
The radio operator tells you, like, when you guys get back, there's somebody that really wants to see you. He'll be super happy that everybody's okay, and yeah, you'll be welcomed back happily. Let's see.
That's great, Castle Refuge. It will be good to be home and see some happy, friendly faces.
You guys get a little bit farther down the road, And there's just like a ping off of your armor, Stu.
Oh, like someone took a shot at me?
Seems
Oh.
like. Kind of like Tuscan Raiders.
Right.
Like,
I will. I'm riding on the back of the truck, I assume.
right.
Someone shot at me. Be careful.
Like right now?
Yes, no, not an hour ago. I would not have mentioned it, and I would have mentioned it then if it had happened.
Well,
Yes, right now. Just
with,
this moment.
with what?
All right.
It
I'll,
was not big enough to hurt. Not me.
I'll toss
So
the.
pretty much anything smaller than you. That
I'll
doesn't
dog
really...
the helmet,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pop out the passenger side door, and roll away from the truck, and
You're just bailing out, like
just try and stealth into the
Alright.
bushes if someone's shooting at us.
sure. So he puts on his helmet, dives out the door.
That's what I like about this team is our excellent communication skills.
Are there are there holes in the bottom of the bed of the truck where I've
No.
put the anchors through before?
No, you've never shot from the back of the truck.
No, this is a terrible idea.
Spread my legs apart so I don't hit the drive shaft, and I'm going to stop us.
Here's the thing. I think there'd probably be anchors for you to anchor in the mech, but you
That would be a
probably,
bad idea if you shoot off the
but
back
you
of the truck.
probably wouldn't want to shoot off it
No.
because the truck's just
How
gonna.
long? How long are the anchors? Do I know?
I think they're 6 feet.
Oh, that's probably. They'd only be about 2 feet in the ground. If you figure a regular flatbed, that's probably about that high.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
Please do not mess up the truck.
Like, I see what you're thinking. I know what's in your mind.
She looks at
You're looking down. I'm
my
like,
robot
no,
head is looking down and
do
spreading
not
the legs
even
slightly,
think
trying
about
to.
it. Get off of the truck.
See, hang on.
Lambert, do you know what direction the shot came from?
Can I make a notice check? See if I know the direction.
Sure.
Where is my D4 for my brain? There it is. Oh,
4.
7.
You can tell, like, the impact came from off to your right.
Point.
And there's kind of there's shrubbery and a few trees and stuff up on top of a little hill to the right of the road.
Somewhere over on that rise.
Okay. I made a stealth check of a 4.
Oh, they're 4.5 feet long.
Ooh, definitely not long enough.
No,
I'll just step off.
I hope it's my truck.
So you
Don't
hop
mess
off
the
truck.
woman's truck.
I'll jump off on the same side as the shooter and basically kind of try to move to shield the cab of the truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay.
Unless you're not stopping.
No, I stopped.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sort of like a pincer come around.
Sure.
I'll move as slow as I need to for stealth until I can try and get a look on
Alright.
who's taking pot shots.
Make a stealth check. Okay.
4.
Okay. So you,
Oh, and how far away are we from the castle now? We're still out in the wilderness.
you're not super far, but far enough that like it's not it's not regularly patrolled here. You kind of will get within that first layer of security in maybe another couple hours
Okay.
travel.
Arabelle, can you let the castle know that we've been fired upon and we're investigating?
Cast Refuge. This is Gravy
Gravy
Train.
819er. Gravy train.
819er. This is Gravy Train 819er. We are taking fire. I'm gonna tell them about where we're located.
No, I've got all these jokes in my head of her having to be like, Castle Refuge, this is Gravy Train Actual. All right. So you send it in, and they're obviously they'll await your report.
They're like, we're not helping you.
Well, it's a little far
know,
for
I'm just
like
No,
you're
sure,
going to
but-
resolve
but
the situation.
If they're
but
expecting us, then
Yeah.
we should probably let them know in case we do
Yeah.
disappear off the radar. Or
absolutely, they are informed.
Okay.
yeah, we want them to know where to send a rescue team if it's
If
needed.
we don't, yeah.
If
we
we
don't
don't hear
report-
anything from
Right.
you in a little while, then there will be some group of people that are dispatched out this way. But, but sure.
And then another team is going to make fun of us because we had to call for help. We should be the ones doing the help.
Yeah, that's totally what'll happen. But you start stealthing your way up the hill. It's going to take you a couple of rounds to get up there.
Sure.
I'm not going to do cards and the whole combat thing because we're not there yet.
Sure. What I do want to do is periodically I'm cracking the helmet so I can get a good whiff
Okay.
because I've got good tracking with that, both magical and regular senses.
You're not getting anything. Well, you're kind of close to a ley line. It's kind of running down this one side of the road here, if I remember correctly.
So it's sort of pinging off of one
Yeah,
side
so
of my...
magic sense, you're probably not too accurate other than
Okay.
that, because that kind of floods your senses on that front.
How close are we? Because it's actually I have to be pretty close before the hypersensitivity pops up and,
I don't
and
think-
futzes with the sense.
Oh, okay. Well, you get a lot of that in the background. You're not really, really close to it.
Okay.
It's half a mile,
Okay.
kind of distant.
Yeah, it's 4 yards is how close before it
Really?
messes me up.
Oh, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like several hundred yards.
We can double check, but I wrote here 2 inches / 4 yards.
Oh, well, it's cool. That's fine. It's totally well beyond even
Okay.
that. I just meant more in the sense that, like, you get a lot of background noise
Okay.
to that.
Cool.
And it's not like it's hurting you or causing you the headaches or whatever.
Right on.
But you do get a smell of people in the area that aren't your team. So you'd assume that there have been at least several people that have come through.
Human people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Human or human close people. A lot of DBs are not that far off
Right,
of
right.
baseline human that they would be that detectable at this distance.
Okay.
But it's certainly nothing like horrible flying demons and shit from before. Yeah. So you stop the truck. You're part of the way up the hill, fairly stealthy. You got off and you're blocking them.
Just kind of scan.
Okay. You can make a notice.
Oh no! No, is that a 6 or is it a 1? That's a 6.
Oh.
10.
Nice.
Up at the top of the hill, you do totally get the enemy at the gates glint off of probably what would be a scope on a rifle.
Move the truck.
Oh. Hit reverse. Start backing up.
Where's my? Move the truck. Oh, it's over there.
No, I don't see
No,
it.
it's in the. It should be in the box up there.
I thought I left it out. It's not sitting around there somewhere.
That's why you're supposed to put it way in the box.
It was there.
Oh!
It was there.
It's in the floor,
earlier,
I'm sorry.
Because I knew I was
Wait,
going
hand me the mint.
to be playing the game.
The mints are a lie.
Aha! Oh, no, I don't want those. Those taste like candy. Those are just mints.
Those are hate flavored mints.
Yeah.
These-
They're full
I've
of
got
hate.
like
No, it's okay.
fruity.
No.
They're not actual.
Yeah, they're good. I know. That's
Move the truck.
hit reverse.
You back out of his deafening range,
Yeah.
and so the truck is not right against where his rockets go off.
Yeah,
Do I
that
know
would-
where he is?
He dove out of the car and ran up into the brush.
Right. I was not able to keep
You
track
do
of
not
it.
know exactly.
I'm
where he is.
outside of your range. I hope
He
by,
doesn't know
by this
that.
point.
Well, you're
Well,
you're
there's
totally not in
two
the deafening
ranges.
range, but you
Right.
don't know where he is on the hill.
If
Exactly.
you're too close to him,
Oh yeah.
you'll be making a character.
No. I'm very. He's not making contact. Like
Well,
he backed way out.
do we have radio contact with him?
You do?
Yeah, I
you
think
can
we've seen
talk
frequencies by now.
I think I've seen him. I'm going to take a shot. Stay clear.
to him. Overwhelming force.
Shock and awe.
Wait. We should find out who these are first. This could just be an innocent batch of people taking a shot at something they don't understand. Let me
But
get.
they would just shot that wasn't me. It would be very easy for you to say, "Oh, but they just don't understand me." You would not
is
say
it-
that
is this
they
an
took the
open
shot
line?
at you.
Oh,
yes.
there's a lot.
Seems a bit odd.
I just don't want to rush into this without a plan. Let me get closer and see if I can find some information, and then I'll get out and I'll give you the all clear.
I'm really glad that you joined our team. Just gonna tell you right now, I appreciate you.
I'm playing my disax.
We could be 5 minutes closer to Putin at this moment. We could just have ignored the shot. Next time I would just not say anything.
People are directly in the way of my Putin intake.
I will aim.
You are successfully aiming.
What do you see when you aim, Lambert?
I just saw a glint, but I know where it is.
Oh.
I know where the glint was. If he has moved, then I will waste the shot, but...
It's like horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear missiles. You probably don't need an exact hit.
Well, the area of effect isn't huge for the...
Oh.
The area of effect where it affects people where I am when I fire is much larger than the...
Oh, it's a bigger deafening than it is the impact range? Oh.
Yeah, it's like a medium and a small template, I think.
I believe.
I get a medium template if you're around me and you're deafened, and the small, I think, is
your
the shot.
damage. Okay,
I
cool.
think. Or is it medium and large?
I thought it was medium and large.
Yeah, one was pretty big. But
I don't think I wrote that down.
what are you smelling? Are you finding
Here.
anything out there?
I'm
You can look.
baseline humans or DBs who are very, very close. I can't quite tell at this range, but I'll see if I can get closer. So I'm going to try and stealth closer.
Sure. One more stealth check.
Large burst for the sonic boom.
Ooh.
6.
So it's large and medium then.
10.
Yes.
Just 10.
Yeah, okay. You are like unto the wind
Yeah.
climbing this mountain. The bushes don't rustle at your passing. They step out of the way.
We move silently.
So as I get closer on the position, what do I see?
You get up. You're not quite to the top of the hill yet, but you see a smallish figure sort of in, not armor, but just sort of in random clothes, that's up there with, it's propped up against the side of a tree with this rifle, aimed down at the group.
Just one person?
Yeah, just one.
Can I tell anything from, like, is it a hunting rifle? Is it a
Yeah, it looks like a-
coalition?
No.
Type thing,
It's
or?
just a standard, like a 30-aught kind of a rifle.
All right, and it's
Not-
still scoped out in the direction of the truck.
They're
and
looking down the
Lambert.
hill towards him and the truck.
Okay. I'll radio back, and I see only one shooter. Looks like he's got some kind of an old hunting rifle, and no uniform. I don't see any compatriots. I'm not sure it's a danger. Should I engage? I don't think it's worth wasting a round.
Yeah, if he's taking shots at people on the road, we best stop him. But I don't think it's worth it, Lambert. One guy, I don't think it's worth a shot. Can you stop him?
I'll talk to him and find out what's what, and stop him the other way if I need to.
Yeah, maybe like bite him or something. He's got a gun, you know.
Well, if it goes that far.
All right.
So I want to. I'm going to move. You said he's up a tree.
He's like braced against the trunk of the tree. He's on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Like took a knee and
Like
is-
the Civil War sharpshooters.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to. I want to stealth around behind him.
Okay. One more stealth check.
All right.
Probably only because the brush is a little thinner here at the top of the hill.
Okay. Yeah, 5 is success. If he
Okay.
turns around and sees me, that's fine.
Yeah. They seem pretty focused, looking down the hill.
Okay. Then when I'm 10 feet away, ish, I'm gonna come up out of the bushes and say, "That's my friend you're shooting at. Is there something we can help you with?" And I'll have my rifle trained on him.
Sure. Totally like fear. Like the person holding the rifle just goes like drops the gun, spins around. As they turn around, you can see that it's like a teenager. That
Male, female?
kind of androgynous, really. Like not like 18, 19, but more like 13, 14 ish.
Okay.
Hair's kind of cut short, but that's sort of a common thing. And the clothes look like they're just like a set of sweats that maybe got looted out of a Walmart.
Okay.
Kind of a deal. Mismatched sort of a deal. Spins around and like sees you with the gun and is totally like, I'm sorry. People attacked our guys from our village a couple of weeks ago, and they
All right,
told me
okay.
to come down here and watch the road.
Calm down. What's your name? My name's Indiana.
Smarty Bart Farce.
Dent Arthur Dent.
We will go with
McGee.
Zeke Smith.
Now it dropped the gun, you said, right?
yes,
Zeke Reynolds.
Jesse.
Jesse, there you go.
I have my list of male names, female names, and androgynous names.
Right.
Trudy McTurderson.
What's that?
Trudy McTurderson.
On all three lists.
Yes. Very useful name.
My name's Indiana Jesse. I'm not looking to hurt you. You said people attacked your village?
No, people attacked some men from our village. They went and got supplies and were coming back on trucks.
All right. At this point, they're close enough that they should probably know the castle, right? I mean, the castle.
The village would probably have heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're watching the road. Have you guys reached out to Castle Refuge?
No, we haven't. It wasn't that desperate. We're not starving or anything. But, we had a couple of trucks and drivers and a couple men along that helped load. They never came home, and we came out here and found the wreckage of their stuff along the road, so we've come out to watch
those trucks back there
for
are yours.
bandits. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we came across that too. It looked like a bad scene. I think my friends have taken care of the people who hurt you. But let me tell you what. Go ahead and pick up your gun.
I will shoot you myself if you let him keep that gun. He shot at me. Lambert does not allow a man to keep his gun when he has shot at Lambert.
Hold up a second, Jesse. Lambert, he shot at you with a gun that had as much chance of penetrating as a bubble gun.
What if he had missed and hit Ariana?
Who?
Bless your heart.
Arabella.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna be the foil for that.
Is somebody else in the truck? like what? We've been traveling a week. I've never seen them.
You must bring the gun to me. I will give him back his gun.
All right, fair enough. Listen, Jesse, fortunately, who you hit, that gun couldn't possibly have hurt him. But you can't just go taking pot shots at people who are driving down the road, especially not in this territory. The castle is here to help, but we can't let people just go out and start shooting at anyone along the road. We're actually one of the good guys here.
All right. I haven't seen anybody come by yet, so I figured maybe you were the ones that did the killing.
Well, but it's always best to check on that first. I mean, how would you have felt if you'd killed someone who had nothing to do with the truck? With your friends?
Probably would have gotten the truck.
And the post-apocalyptic
Yeah,
reality
sure,
sets in.
I can't argue with that. All right.
Well, you got to take like the teenage apathy and then make it worse because they've had to scavenge their whole life,
Yeah.
as have their parents, as have their parents' parents.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to need to take that gun temporarily. Lambert's going to need to take a look at it and decide whether you can be trusted with that weapon again. if you come along with me, we can take you to the castle, and we can make sure that you and your friends are taken care of, and that if there's more protecting that needs to go on in this area, we can step up patrols, or if we need to go out and find out what's happened to the rest of your friends and family, we can help with that too. How's that sound?
All right. I'd rather just go home.
If you'd rather just go home, that's fine, but I have to keep this gun.
I don't come home.
I would like to have a word with that young man. I think he needs to come down here.
Poor kid's gonna get it.
he's getting a whooping.
You're gonna be like, oh, what a nice gun. Oh, look, I'm so sorry.
No.
So he'll follow you. He'll go, all right.
All right.
See what the chat room just said?
I get it, Stu.
I get it, Stu. Once Nick is out of the blast radius, boom!
That's actually half the reason I asked for him to come down to the truck, too.
No, he has to come. He has to get the gun from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. He shot at me. I get to decide where he gets it.
Fair
That's
enough.
fine.
Fair enough.
So
All right.
he'll follow you down.
Great. So I'll score him down to the truck and everything.
It just takes a minute.
Jesse, this is my friend Arabella, big guy you know.
My name's
you-
Ms. Kinsley to you,
My apologies.
not you.
Yeah,
Me.
I know.
Yeah.
And
All right.
this is Mr. Delacroix.
Open up the thing.
The kid's pretty like, that's cool.
I'll jump out.
Sort of the universal reaction.
Like a 30-06 or something.
Yeah.
Does it have like a little magazine with a couple rounds in it, or what's it got?
It's like a single shot.
Oh, like
Like a breech load. Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Clearly he didn't shoot more than once. He's not fucking
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey, yeah.
Take out a knife.
Okay.
I'm going to carve a fleur-de-lis into the butt of the rifle.
Kid's like, why are you fucking at my rifle?
I'm going to hand it back to him.
Language, young man.
Well, he fucked up my rifle.
Yes, well, he could have done a lot worse.
If I am hit again, and I see it comes from this rifle, you will never get it back again.
Okay. I like it. This is the mark. Everybody gets
This
one
right,
shot.
everyone gets one shot. You take a second with that same gun, you don't get it back.
Fair enough.
It's
What?
a Benny thing. That's cool.
You're right.
Yeah.
The game's almost
That was a
over.
great line.
Yeah.
Well,
What a shame.
do me a favor and pull that top card. I just want to see if it was a Joker.
No.
All right, when he's done with him, I'm just going to lay into him.
Okay.
Young man, he is a glitter boy. He has given his entire life to protecting people, and you are taking pot shots at him like he's a duck at a carnival.
He was on the road.
Yeah, you don't just shoot anybody on that road, or we're going to be hunting down you next. We go out and find people who are hurting other people. It's going to be you next.
You're on the road right now. Should I shoot you?
He steps to the side of the road. He doesn't look contrite,
No.
but he's just taking it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, obviously you're all going to murder me if I...
Yeah, don't take it.
Yeah.
All right, well, you get on home, and if we hear anything else from you, it's going to be very sad for you.
All right.
All right. Bless your heart, sugar. Get on home.
Do you want some biscuits and gravy? We have that. So.
He was taking like 3 steps, but he's like, you got food?
Biscuits?
Yes,
Gravy?
please.
Yeah. What you got?
We're probably pretty close to refuge at
Yeah,
this
we're
point.
fine.
Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
give him whatever
Yeah,
we got left.
we got food.
Oh, all right. So you give him like a big satchel full of biscuits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like a pitcher of gravy.
Okay.
And
There's
he's
probably some leftover booze from the
It's
bikers,
great-
too.
is he
Yeah.
giving it to the
It's
13-year-old?
probably in bottles or something.
Yeah.
Or jars or something.
It's
Bottle of
gravy in a
gravy?
box, just like wine.
Well, not.
no,
It wouldn't be in a
beer.
pitcher. How are we carrying around a pitcher?
It's like a sealable.
Oh, okay.
The gravy boat. We have a porcelain gravy boat.
No, that's when we're serving the gravy. That's we only use that when it's time to eat.
That's just super
We
glued
don't
to the
store
cab of the
it in
truck.
So it's like a giant syrup container
Right.
for
Yeah.
the diner. So it's a little slide.
No, but we pour it into the gravy boat.
Yeah, of course. We're not barbarians.
Right, of course. God. All right.
Well,
so
cool.
After he takes off with all the food, we're gonna head back and go to Castle Refuge.
You guys are heading back, and we'll end just before you get there,
All right.
Great.
Excellent.
since it's time.
So it's time. Awesome.
I tried to keep better track of time this time, so it
You
wasn't
did.
like 10:15.
It was great.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what time is it?
Yeah. That was good. Especially since
cool.
you had no idea what was gonna happen to us
Right.
or what we were gonna do.
So I got super scared with that demon group.
I know.
Because I was like, they will fuck you
oh
up.
my god.
Like, you guys are not... Like, if Tiff was here with that other dragon, fair
Maybe.
shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's a big... And I rolled... Because it was like, roll 1d4 of this type of demon, 1d4 of this type. And I
Holy
got
metric.
4,
Oh, man.
4. And I was
Oh
like,
boy.
it is a large group of very large, angry demons. You don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah. Samantha comes
Wait
back. She's
till
like,
you hear
why do we
my
have all
journal
these party
next
members?
week.
Cool.
Oh man, awesome.
Thanks for joining us out there. This has been Savage Worlds Riffs, episode 10.
10
Woo!
10.
Tune in 2 weeks to see what happens next.
weeks. Yes. And yeah.
The
Awesome.
glorious return to Castle Refuge.
Ta-da!
And then Wednesday we're doing the thing. Is it here? Yes.
Sure.
Okay. And then Friday we have the
Yeah,
show.
we'll show the calendar.
And
it's a
then
thing.
moat on.
Moat. Check out happytalks.org/calendar or no /schedule and
Schedule.
And you will see what's coming, what's happening.
And Mass on Monday.
Mass
Oh,
on
the
Monday.
Mass. Upcoming shoot.
Next
I
Monday.
believe
Yep.
so,
Yep. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye. Woo.
We're out of time and out of space, lamenting for the human race. A cataclysmic crisis from the past. A small blue world asunder torn, an apocalyptic nightmare born, and mankind better learn to cope with it fast. Watch the glittering protectors rise! Inhuman foes meet your demise! And boom, boom, boom! Your end is nigh!
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.